Hello, everyone. I am Mrs. Jackson, tarot consultant and small business owner of Gentahila Tarot. I was on earlier today, and at the end of that stream video, I was relaying that I might come back to see if anybody would like to have a quick general free reading. And so I will just look at the chat over here and see if anybody pops up that wishes to receive a reading. But remember, that reading is going to be on my terms, which means that that reading is going to be displaying what's happening in your life right now, not a question that you would want for a personal reading. Anything like that will be via email, via my business email, and that's going to be, well, I'll have to charge it for that one. So, if there's anybody there on chat that would like to receive a free general reading, please let me know. I'll be on here for at least, I'll try to be on here for at least an hour. Yes, and I am typing that in too, that I'm going to be here for an hour to accept one general reading for anybody who comes on here. If anyone is watching, I did type out what type of reading I will be relaying here. And if you want further information about that reading, please send me a business email at gentlehealertarot@gmail.com. And if you did not see my earlier video, I do write down in the description of all my videos, well, except for this one, of course, but in my earlier videos, I always write down the type of card that I use for all my readings. But since I haven't, well, it is actually in this description, to be honest with you. However, I'll relay it now, since I have time to kill, so to speak. I use the Witch's Tarot deck. It's by Ellen Dugan, Dugan, and it's by Llewellyn Publications, Llewellyn. And I bought this deck on Amazon.com many years ago. I'm sure it's still available. Just obviously go on Amazon search engine and just type in Witch's Tarot deck, or just type in tarot decks in general. See what populates, and just have fun researching and have an open mind. I also teach the tarot cards. And the reason why I got into tarot card reading is because, well, early in my youth, I had an interest in learning about myself, learning about those around me. And I always was connected to the occult, I guess you would say. And I wasn't exactly born into that type of family structure, although I believe that in my family there is a hidden energy where we didn't talk about it, but there was something going on there. I feel that we had a gift in my family. It wasn't a perfect family, that's for sure. And everything I learned on my own. However, I realized that later on in my life, my relatives, well, my brother, especially my older brother, he actually had a gift. He is no longer with us. He passed away in February, this past February. However, the time that I had with him, we would talk about, well, the occult practices, and my love of cards, his love of crystals. And it just seems you'd be kind of, it's almost like irony when you find out that somebody in your family with whom you grew up with, sort of a Catholic family, wasn't kind of on our terms on that part, was through other family members get us into that, which maybe drew me more to the occult practices. And my brother, he somehow, I don't know, possibly something before I was born, he just got into uh this type of energy and got used to it, and just it was second nature to him to get into crystals and whatnot. So I think it's definitely within my family, and that's how I got attached to this. It wasn't exactly somebody showing me anything. It was just me feeling attached, a growing attachment to the unknown, things that other people didn't associate with, and I just attached myself, and so did my brother. And again, I think my mother had some kind of possible energy surrounding this, but in that time, my mother was sort of born in the generation where you don't talk about things. So I think with that learning uh, uh, mechanism for myself, I grew up learning things on my own, figuring things out, and just going with it. Sort of like the fool card, you just got to go for it, right? But this actually works for me too, as well, because I love helping people, although I help people in a different way. My brother was always one to help people physically, as in almost like a nurse type energy, but he also still had that how should I say it? Looking toward the future type of energy. Like he could sometimes see things or sense things, whereas my gifts, I think, definitely stem through the art of cards. I'm very artsy. I see things sometimes like through pictures, words, and from my past employment as well. Uh, Wound up, I always would give people advice. I would sense their energy, and I would be able to just. I think they sensed an energy of comfort with me, and that was the thing. It's like I always never could find my niche in my past employment, and somehow I developed this sense of helping people through cards. I mean, I one thing I definitely realized is that I had to learn to speak with people because I am on the shy side, but I do love helping people. I've always been able to listen to them like a counselor. And yes, I did go to uh, college for psychology and to be a counselor, but not too many jobs would entail tarot reading. And that's exactly what I really wanted to do. I wanted to get into using my cards to help people more thoroughly. So I'm in that phase where I like to listen to people. I like to use my cards, give them a more structured outlook, a more structured frame of mind where you can get some real answers for the future. I know a lot of people don't uh, understand that or really even uh, adhere to that. That's fine. That's why this is such a challenging career. However, that's why I do the streaming as well, so I can get my word out there and to show that I don't know I can help through word of mouth as well. And for any possible new paying clients, we can also do readings through video, face to face, or just visit my website, gentlehealertarot.com, and see what I offer. And also in my description below, a couple of my specialties are working with the LGBTQ plus communities because, well, my brother was a member, and so are several other members of my family who are also transgender, but also gay and lesbian. And I don't know, maybe because I'm the youngest in my family, I was able to sit back and observe my family. And again, the occult and tarot cards and astrology helped me tremendously through my raising, my upbringing, because I do teach astrology as well, and that it comes in very handy with love readings. And again, if you wish to have any of these type of readings, if you specifically specify which one, that will have to be through my business email, gentlehealertarot@gmail.com, which I will have to uh, charge you for. But again, as you can see on the chat here, what I've written down that anybody who comes on this chat, uh, if you wish to have a quick free general reading, I will provide that for you here. Hopefully this in turn will help bring you to become a paid client later on in the future, or with word of mouth. You can tell your friends about me and bring them in if you can. That would be great. That would be greatly appreciated. Actually, a brief free reading is kind of handy for you. If you really do wish to know what you need to work on, this is general reading is a great way to do it. And the reason why I'm doing this, well, not only because to show you how I do my readings, or some of my readings, but also I really do want people to, to help people out, like I was saying earlier. And with just a quick free reading, um, most of the time you can change things. That's why I do free readings as well. I mean, at least on here. I don't I don't complete free readings anymore um, outside of this because, I mean, if anybody who knows who has a small business and is trying to bring in income, you can only give so many free samples, right? Because, I mean, otherwise you're just going to go for broke. And I have helped out many people through the free readings, and it's almost cheating myself. And even the cards tell me that. Because, I mean, you're probably saying, well, why don't you ask the cards? I mean, if it's a good or a bad idea. I mean, isn't that what you do? Exactly. I do that all the time. Sometimes I ask a little bit too much, and sometimes even the cards get mad at me. I know you're laughing. How the heck can cards get mad at you? What are they like? They jump, the deck jumps out of your hand and like falls in your face or something? There is this one card. I can tell you this. This one card called Five of Wands. That is more of a debate card, yelling at you sort of thing. When you're trying to discuss something with somebody and somebody kind of gets angry after a while, saying just shut up type of thing. Well, I sometimes get that card. After like the billionth time I asked it a question, I wind up getting the Five of Wands, which is telling me to shut up. Why don't you let the cards go and relax? So, um, sometimes I do get that, but no, but I do, general readings for here only on here now. I do want to show people how I do a reading because not everybody can see how you're doing this. If you're going to get a personal reading if you're going to get a personal reading from me, it's going to be one-on-one. That's why I usually say it's going to be via my business email to set up an appointment for a personal reading, which that'll be charged. But if I know I need to show my talent, if you will. A lot of people want to see me do some of this work, and then some people feel that I shouldn't be doing it for free. Some instances because I am a good reader, and they feel that I should just leave it for payment, which I do. But again, my cards are telling me that most people, almost everybody, they don't want to seek my talents because they don't believe in it, which I can understand. But another thing I really have to stress is that when you do receive a reading, it isn't something where you just sit back, wait for the energies just to happen to you, and then your life changes. These cards are specifically for giving you information that you need to use to work with. You don't sit back and let it happen because nothing's going to happen. It's just like, you like do your work day to day, right? If you sit back and you think that your work is going to do it for you, right? Like, going to take your car to your job, right? You're not going to sit back in your living room and just picture yourself in your car going to work and then your work's going to be done. You get a paycheck. You actually got to do the work. You got to get in your car and go, right? Same thing with these cards. These cards don't just say this is going to happen on a certain day. You just don't have to do anything. These cards tell you what you have to physically do. So a lot of people I know, they roll their eyes just saying, "Oh, this is all crap." And none of this works out. I mean, nothing has happened to me yet, right? Maybe because you haven't done anything yet that the cards have told you. I mean, not to be mean or anything, but again, you've got to put in the work. I put in the work to help you to relay your message to the cards or your energy, because like you're saying, while you're relaying relaying my question to the cards, but these are free readings. I'm not relaying anything to you. That's fine. But again, earlier, I was saying that I can feel your energy, and your energy is what drives the cards. I know that sounds weird. Sometimes, but sometimes, like your intuition, right? Everybody has intuition. Like you feel things should happen. Like maybe you feel like there are some days you just don't want to do anything, or some days that just doesn't feel right to you. Blah blah blah. Well, same thing with here. It's like I see your name, or I see what you've written. I've even taken um, from a website when I was doing other free readings in the past. Some people would just joke around and just put like even uh, one letter on some question, or not even give me a question, just put one letter on some email they sent me. I still was able to do a general reading, because that person physically put in a letter. All I had to do was just focus on that letter. And even if you think that what could have been somebody else typing in the letter for somebody else, doesn't matter. I still did the reading. I sent it in to that person. And it's that feeling, it's that energy. The cards sense the energy. So, again, if anybody wishes to receive a quick general reading, and again, it can be kind of anonymous. I mean, you can just write down something on there. And if I ask you if you want a general reading, and you say yes, or please, whatever. Long as you have my general email address to send me an email later on, to like if you wish to get any more in depth in that reading, I'm fine with that. Because I feel that people, if they want to know like how to fix your lives in a certain way, or like find out what's going on, that and remember, these general readings won't tell you what you want to hear. They're going to tell you, they're going to be legit. They're going to tell you seriously what is happening in your life, where you might want to think about maybe changing it a little bit, or adding to it, or maybe just saying that you're doing well. I mean, that's always a good thing, right? Saying that you're doing well, and maybe you don't need to change anything. Maybe it'll tell you like how to keep on what you're doing. I mean, that's what these cards are for, is to see what could be like dealt with a little bit more. One thing I don't do, though, is, I'm sure maybe you've heard this before, I don't do health questions, because that has to do with you and your doctor. The reason why I don't do health questions is because the health is an energy that doesn't what how do I say this, doesn't ride well with the cards. The cards energy changes quickly, and it also can get muddled. The energy can get muddled, because if somebody's sick, that's not good energy. That's kind of muddled energy, and the cards are going to be uh confused. We don't want confused answers. So the only way you can get up to date information about health is through your doctor. So again, if you wish to receive a quick general reading on my terms, please let me know. And again, I do teach the tarot via private email, and we can do by video through appointment. I do angel readings as well, meaning if anybody who has passed and you want to know what guidance they want to give you, or see something to you, I do that too. I complete those readings. Just if you need to ask me questions, like what kind of readings I do complete, please ask them, okay? Or you can again, you can send me that business email at gentleheilatarot@gmail.com, and that type of a question I won't charge you for. I mean, you can send me a question via my business email, as long as it isn't like to actually do a reading for you. And if you're not sure what kind of question you can ask me, just send me the question, but I won't answer it if I feel that it's not something I'm going to do without payment. You can always do that. Don't think of this as something bad. Honestly, I know a lot of Catholics who use tarot cards, believe it or not. I mean, I was even surprised to even learn that. I mean, I always grew up around, especially a very strict Catholic, and I was told many things about like crystals and stuff. I mean, I'm hearing a lot about that now. A lot of Catholics are like using crystals, are interested in this and that and that. It's like, am I missing something from when I was growing up? I mean, I was always taught that this isn't something that you do if you're a Catholic. That's why I'd always never talk about when I was little. This was something I did on my own because I don't know. I guess maybe at that time, because remember, my family was not brought up Catholic. We sort of adopted it from a relative. So I was almost kind of embarrassed when I felt so in tune with cards and everything else like that. So I kept it to myself because I thought it was a sin. But now I'm learning that so many Catholics do this now too. They do readings, of course, not in public. Now just I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up. I'm not gonna get much more into that. But for me, this is so helpful. I mean, I wish I had didn't have that train of thought, school of thought actually when I was little, because I would have probably become a tarot card reader way early in my life. It just I don't know, maybe I was trying to dodge it or something because it wasn't the right thing to do. And I don't know. I had to go my own way. I had to start thinking on my own, and here I am. I mean, I love it. I mean, I it's almost like breathing for me when I'm not even doing it. It's like I'm thinking about this tarot card or that tarot card because it comes so innate for me. It just like I was born with it. Too bad that it has to be taken frowned upon. I mean, if you have good intentions, and my intentions are to help people, all good, you know. If you have good intentions, it's gonna be good, you know. I mean, there's nothing bad about these. Just think lovingly, you know. It's all to help. It's all good. And I know some people find as fun collecting decks. They feel that I don't know. Some people just love collecting tarot decks because a lot of them are beautiful. They have beautiful artwork, and like mine, goodness, I mean, they're so beautiful. At least I think so. But there are so many different decks and so many shapes, well, not shapes, but so many sizes too. This is a small deck. This is just like a handheld small deck, but you can get larger ones. And usually, those who are starting out with tarot cards, they usually buy the Wyatt Rider cards, WYATTERYDER. That set was my first set, and it wasn't gifted to me. There's a lot of speculation about having to actually attain cards but they have to be first gifted to you. Never had that. I never even knew anything about that. I bought mine on Amazon.com. And not the well, I bought these two on Amazon, but my first deck of cards, the White Rider, they were actually what do you call it? Used. I don't know how used they were, but they were secondhand. And a lot of people say, "Oh my God, not secondhand cards. That's the devil." Cleanse them. There's a thing called cleansing on anything you use. Just like when you wash dishes or wash your clothes, you're cleansing your clothes. Same thing with cards and stuff, but not physically wash them in like a washing machine. I mean, like with cards and stuff. Like with cards, you can cleanse these with what do you call it? With sage. Just sage, like burn sage, and use the smoke to sage them. To use the smoke to cleanse them. And if you do sage anything or cleanse anything in that way, open a window. And plus, make sure there are no flammable things near you. And use a bowl so if all the ashes can fall into something. But when you cleanse anything, open a window so that bad energy can go out the window, just so you're cleansing them. And you can also cleanse these if you had to. Put them all in a certain suit. Like there are 4 suits in a card. The cups, the pentacles, the swords, the wands. You put them all in the same suit and whatnot, and stack them up. That's also cleansing them. You can cleanse anything in a certain way, and especially even crystals and stuff. You can cleanse those. I cleansed my stuff on the windowsill the night before the full moon. I know that sounds cheesy, so you're probably laughing. However, anybody can cleanse their stuff however they like. Even some people cleanse their stuff by putting their crystals and whatnot, maybe in salt in front of the full moon, or even wash them in the cold water, or anything where you sense or you think about, like put it under water, like cold water. You can just in your mind, you can imagine all the dirt and stuff getting off of it. That's cleansing, and then after it's done, just let it dry. If anybody wishes to receive a general reading, please let me know. I know a lot of people like to accumulate different crystals and whatnot, and I have a couple I was gifted. A friend of mine sent me this nice little crystal, how you say, point. You can get crystals anywhere. You can go to little shops. Anything can be used. Well, not anything, but make sure that that's very good quality, at least. No a lot of chips and stuff, but you still can cleanse them. Even a rose quartz, a rose crystal here. It's shaped in a heart, and just different tools. Yes, I use these tools sometimes, especially between readings as well, because I was on this one platform where I had to do really quick readings for minimal payment if they wanted to pay me, which isn't good for a reader. But sometimes you want to find an outlet where you can try to find new clients, but there are just some places that just won't let you take those clients, but you still want to try to earn some money. And I tried doing that. Not a good thing for a reader. I already said that, I know. Because usually tarot readers one-on-one by appointment to focus on that reader, I mean, to focus on that client in a quiet atmosphere. That is what I usually do. But sometimes when you want that extra income, you do what you can, right? Even the cards told me that it wasn't going to be something I was going to love, that it's a challenge, but maybe I needed to do that just to get a feel of what it would be like doing that. It was okay for a while until just so many people wanted free readings. Everybody wants free, 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 free. And that takes a lot of energy out of you. And if anybody's watching, has ever read card to anybody, knows how much it takes like energy to do that. Now focus on that for like 50 people who are shouting at you they want a free reading, and then they also lie to you that you know. Okay, Kenza, the free reading. Did you read what I wrote down in this chat? If you did, you know that the free reading isn't about a personal reading, okay? It's only going to be a free, quick, general reading. And it's not, it's whatever the cards want to tell you, okay? Do you still want the reading? Kinza? Yes or no? Did you hear? Oh, actually, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes or no? Please let me know. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Now, if you read my little notes on here, the first chats, saying that I can just give one free general reading, and that one is going to be on my terms. If you want a general reading, let me know. It's not going to be your personal reading. It's going to be what the cards want to tell you. Are you still open? Okay. Let's see here. I'll do, yeah, Kenza. Okay. Just a second. I just want to write your name down. Okay, Kenza, nice meeting you. Okay. See what we have here. Okay, I pulled out these cards. We have, since I don't have a not microphone, but a camera on my forehead to show you the cards. I'll briefly show them to you. We have the Ace of Cups. It's a minor arcana card, which means energies can be changed. We also have the Nine of Wands. It's a minor arcana card. Again, the energy can be changed. We have the Seven of Wands, which again, minor arcana card, and this can be changed. And the Page of Pentacles, again, a minor arcana card, and it can be changed. Now, what I see here is that, well, right now it's a clean slate. You're putting all love into this. You are now surrounded by lots of love. You want to put love into a new creation of a clean slate. You want to get out there to, let's see here. I see a lot of challenge. I see like again over a challenge. Something in the past that has brought you to this point where you're trying to survive. I mean, it can be big, it can be small, but something to you personally is something that you feel like you're struggling with that now you're trying to work through. But it's surrounded by love, though. You have that love to move on. And that's a good thing. That's a very good thing because everybody sometimes needs to start over. Right now, you're going through some type of challenge, a challenge like people around you or things around you that you really can't put your finger on. You can't, it's something almost where you feel like, um, there's something you have to make a decision about, and there's so many challenges around you that you're having a hard time doing so. And I feel it has something to do maybe work, has something to do maybe with your challenge of work or how to work on yourself or things that are around you. But right now, you are trying to make a decision. Don't make a decision too hastily. It's showing here that you're going to take some time, that you're trying to work through what you're working through. And right now, it's just like hitting you now. You're trying so hard to start over. You're trying really hard to figure out what you're trying to do. There's something around you where you really do have to make a decision about something, and you can't do it quickly. It's going to be something that's going to be taking time, and you're trying to really um, you're fighting against it. I mean, you're really trying to do all your effort here, and you're trying to fight for what you believe in. You're trying to maybe fight around what's happening with you, and there's so much stuff going on that it's driving you nuts. And like, again, you're trying to survive through this, but you really want to make the best possible decision. And because this decision with the justice card here, this is a major arcana card, which means that this definitely affects you personally and possibly people around you. And this is something where it's going to change you in some way. This change is for good. And that change that happens is going to last into your future, which means that you can't rush this decision. So again, you have all that around you that you're going to be fighting against it, but you have to because you need to make that decision. But what you are not going to be doing is you're not going to make it a heavy burden on yourself. You've got some love around you, and you're going to try to look for all the decisions you can make, like all the what should I call it? The troubleshoot. You're gonna troubleshoot, you're gonna try to make some plans, you're gonna get all the information you can, but you're not gonna do it alone. I mean, it feels like you're carrying yeah, you feel like you're carrying a heavy burden, but you're not gonna be doing it all alone. You're gonna be getting that information, you're gonna be researching, doing what you can, but remember, this first card is that Ace of Cups. You have that love around you and you can succeed. Now, if you wish to learn more, to find out ways to succeed, to help ways to get through this, I'm afraid I have to stop this now because, again, this is the free reading. And if you would love some more suggestions to help you out, please send me a business email at gentlehealertarot@gmail.com. Okay? I hope that helped in some way. But this is going to become really personal, and this is something that needs to be one-on-one now, and it's going to take a longer reading. Okay, Kinza? Did it resonate with you in any way? You still with me, Kinza? Again, if you wish to receive a personal reading with me, to get some suggestions on how to help you, because I can give you more suggestions. I just have to make it into a bigger reading to dive into everything for you. But that's going to be on a personal level, so we'll have to do it via my business email. And I have my email in that comment up above where I wrote that down, okay? If you need some more advice on that, on what you're going through, my friend. And if anybody else is watching, please, I'll do the same thing. I'll give you a quick general reading for you to find out what's the heart of the matter, what's going on in your life right now. So maybe if you wish to receive more information, you can set up a personal reading, because these readings can really get more intense and it will take a lot longer to get into, which is how it should be in a personal setting, one-on-one. Excuse me. And I'll be on here up until 4 o'clock. So if anybody wishes to receive a general reading, please let me know. Now, as I was saying earlier about cleansing cards, I usually always cleanse my cards with a crystal on top between each reading. And I usually use this crystal sphere. And actually, I received this wand. I know some people would say, my God, I can't afford anything like that. Neither can I. It was gifted to me by my brother, actually, my older brother. As I was saying earlier, he passed away in February, and he was a lover of crystals. So I kind of inherited some crystals from my brother. So I'm trying to use them to the best way I can in his memory. So to cleanse, again, you can also cleanse this way. Like anytime you use your cards, have them in a deck and put a crystal on top. And again, it doesn't have to be a big crystal like this. I mean, it can even be this tiny crystal I got a gift I received from a friend of mine. Just even put it on top like this for a little while. I know some people think, oh, that's just cheesy. I mean, like that really does anything. Well, you know what? If you believe in it, why not? I mean, a lot of people believe in things, right? I mean, if you believe in love, anything's possible. Hey, it doesn't hurt anybody. As long as it doesn't hurt anyone and brings you joy, why not? And again, a lot of people like to collect decks, tarot decks. And again, I am a minimalist. I don't have a lot of decks. I only have ones that I use. I only have 4 altogether because I want to make sure I actually utilize them. I'm a thrift person. I'm very thrifty, and I don't like buying things I'm not going to use. I just feel like that's a waste of money. So anything that I have, I use. Even via gifts. If somebody gave me a gift, and I try to use it as much as possible. And again, like I said, I try to use everything, even my rose quartz. I don't use these too much, but I do have them in eye view, so I know that I should use them because, again, I don't like waste. So if there's anybody else out there who wishes to receive a quick general reading, and that reading is going to be via my terms, as in I'll do the reading. It's not going to be via personal question from anybody, because any personal questions are going to be via my business email, and that one I'll charge it for. But a free reading through my cards will tell you what's going on. And if you want to learn more about what's going on in the cards, then we will set up an appointment, a personal reading to to get into the nitty gritty. To I wish I didn't say that. To get into more of what you need to know that the cards are telling you, and to find out ways of maybe working on what's going on, or adding to it, or maybe even maybe listening that negative energy. I mean, cards can do that. Cards can give you suggestions to help you out, which is why I love to help out the LGBTQ plus communities and veterans too. Anybody who's a veteran who is maybe getting off active duty or going into active duty and wish to receive some a positive energy. I mean, it never hurts to receive positive energy. The cards can help you. And again, like I said, I've helped out many friends. I've helped out people in my family, which is I don't know if you're probably saying this because I didn't do a reading, but I know some people have asked me, well, did you do a reading on your brother to find out when he was going to die? Some people do ask me that. And actually, last year I did do that, so I know how much time I had to spend with them. Although I said earlier that I do not complete readings on health or anything that's to do with doctors or health or anything. But for me, this was personal, and I wanted to know about my brother and how much longer he had, which I'm glad I did because it gave me um, an option of planning on what I wanted to do with him for his last days and whatnot. And I'm glad I did, and I took a lot of pictures. So that's something my family did not grow up around, was taking pictures. And you probably think, "Oh, that's stupid. Everybody takes pictures of their family." Not in my, not when I was growing up. So, and I had a very tiny family, so we didn't really do a lot of that stuff. So, yeah, I did do a reading on my brother, and I was able to set up a plan for myself to spend as much time with him as possible and take pictures. And I'm glad I did because I'm surrounded by his pictures now. Well, as many as I could have of him. I can't believe he's already been deceased for what, 5 months now? He passed away this February. I mean, again, I know I did my reading on him and everything, but you know what? Doesn't matter if you do a billion readings on a sibling or a relative and you lose them, you're still gonna miss them. I mean, don't even matter how how many times you've done readings for them and find out to be with them, you're always gonna miss a sibling or your friend or anything. And I can also do readings on bereavement, where to help you give you positive energies to help you move on from a death, almost like angel readings. That would probably be regarded as an angel reading for to get answers from those who have passed to help you through. I've done that many times, and especially with animals too. I know you're thinking now, you're probably laughing. I know. Actually, I remember, I'll share this with you since I have time. Uh, my dog, Princess, I grew up with her. All my animals were rescues, and she was abused before my brother picked her out. My brother was 6 years older than me, so I'm his little sister. So my brother had the option of an animal to pick out when he was little, and he picked our Cocker Spaniel, and she wound up being my best friend. I don't want to say I stole her, but I mean, when you're a little kid and you have a pet around, I don't want to call her a pet. She's a family member. You wind up loving your family members, even if it's four-legged. And I just developed a huge connection with my dog, and she was with me everywhere. I mean, because my brother was with my cousin, always out of the house, so I was basically growing up. I don't know. I kind of used to say that I was an only child because I felt my brother was always away from the house. So I had my dog Princess, and she would go with me everywhere, and I used to take pictures of her. And we had to put her down. We had to, you know, because she was like 19 and a half when she was like almost, she was going through pain and she had a bad hip. And I went, my brother and I went together to take her to the hospital, the vet, to sadly put her down, but she had to. She was in pain. I was there. I did not just leave her there. I mean, she was my baby. I mean, I just stayed there. I put my hand on her paw, let her know that I was with her, and let her know that I was the last person she'd see, which we did. And it's funny because that was like in 1995, I think, 1995 or 6. And it was just last year. For some reason, the funny thing is, I never knew the birth date of my dog. I mean, a lot of people know when their animals are born and this and that. I never knew. So I think last year, for some reason, I just thought of her and I did a reading on her. And I just to ask if she recognized me or she remembered me. And the card that I actually received from that, which I still, it's to my heart. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It was the Emperor card. You think, wait a minute, the Emperor is a male energy. The Emperor is a boy, is a guy. I was a huge tomboy when I was growing up. And right when I was looking at that card, you see a dog right next to the Emperor. And it just was like, oh my gosh, that looks exactly the way I felt when I was little when she was hanging around with me. It's like she always looked at me as, the provider, to give her treats and whatnot. We always do things together. So I could see that the Emperor, it was just so unreal. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I looked at it and just like I'm saying, oh my God, that's us. And I was like totally crying. I mean, it was so heartfelt. I mean, I honestly couldn't believe it. And it's just like saying, oh my God, she really does remember me. I was using actually a different set of cards. I was using a different deck called Everyday Witch. It wasn't this one. I was going to show you that card, but it isn't the same artwork as on here. So my other deck has the Emperor with the dog sitting next to him at his feet. Uh, just so beautiful. Oh, I miss my dog. I miss all my animals. Let's see here. About 15 minutes. Is there anybody else on here who, if anybody's watching, would like to receive a reading from me? A quick general reading. And also, if anybody has heard that I said earlier that I also teach the tarot cards, so that would be, of course, through, we'd set up the appointment through my business email, gentlehealertarot@gmail.com. And if you look on my website, Gentle Healer Tarot, you'll see the spreads I do and the prices I charge. And for teaching the tarot, I it may go into 2 sessions because I mean teaching tarot, teaching each and every card takes time. That's a definite length of time. So but it's well worth it though. I mean, I teach anybody the tarot, and I uh what's the word I'm looking for? I'd recommend anybody to, because daily you can just take out daily cards and help you through the day, you know? Once you learn them, they can help you so much. I still ask my cards questions, God, 10, 20 questions a day. And I'm sure if you listened to me earlier on here, you'll know that about that certain card that I sometimes get when the cards wind up getting angry at me because I ask too many questions. But when that comes about, um, I'd put them away and just let the cards settle for a while. Plus, a lot of people could be, also getting that energy today to ask questions to the cards. It just may want to ask because we are in moon sign Aries, which is a fire sign. And remember, if anybody has ever watched my past videos, you know that moon signs last 2.5 days. And so we just entered the moon sign Aries, which is a fire sign. And that's going to last till, what's today? Tuesday? About Friday afternoon. Depends on where you are, too. And we're also still in the sun sign of Leo, which also is a fire sign. So, yeah, a lot of fire signs going on here. And plus, we're just getting over the full moon. The full moon, what was that, in Aquarius? I forget now. Wait a minute, we're just like in Aries, so it was in Pisces. It's happening, everything, all this energy is happening so quickly that, it's just, it boggles the mind, no wonder why so many people get upset certain days, when they say, like, when it's a full moon now, they say, oh boy, there's some weirdo is going to be coming out. Possibly. Sometimes it depends on what sign the moon is going to be in at a full moon, and it might not translate well on the body for some people, the body and the mind. That's why a lot of people can sometimes get migraines during full moons. I sometimes have. A lot of people I know can get definite migraines during the full moon, especially because it's so bright, but also because it depends on how the energy reacts to your body and your mind. I know this sounds like a lot of crap to some people, but it's true. I mean, some people have good days, some people have bad days, and why is that? Because the moon signs change every 2.5 days. I mean, it just happens, and then when you get into a certain month where you have your birthday, right? I mean, your birthday isn't crap, right? It isn't like a made up thing. You actually celebrate a birthday, right? Because you were born a certain day, and that makes you a certain sun sign. So that's not all crap. If you know what sun sign you are, I mean, that's right there. That's a start. And how and why you can get together, you can get like along with people. I got so involved in astrology when I was younger, and I didn't have computers to work on that with. I had to actually read a book, and I had to figure out why I had certain connections with some people in my family and why I did and why I did and didn't. And I have to tell you that astrology helped me so much. And it wasn't all me why I didn't get along with my family members. Just that everybody's so different, and everybody acts differently. So and I was the quiet one. Kind of funny because yeah, I was really the only quiet one in my family. Well, my family isn't that big anyway. It wasn't that big. It's only my mother, my brother, myself, and the rest is not even questionable. But yeah, my brother and my mother got along very well together, and myself, eh. And it's just that we all had different likes. And again, astrology helped me because I thought that something was really wrong for some reason. But it's just that we're all different. My brother and my mother were a little bit more alike, and I was, of course, the different one. It happens, but I'm just glad I had astrology to help me figure this out. Because not everybody's going to be the same. Everybody's different. Well, I have time for possibly one more free quick reading, general reading, if anybody wishes to. If you wish to ask me a question, but not a personal question like that, just like a general question maybe about my readings or just an arbitrary question, but nothing where you're going to get answers for yourself, like a personal reading, I will, answer that. Now remember, anybody can buy tarot cards on any, well, not on any website, but like Amazon, eBay, general places. Or if you don't know where to buy one, just Google it. Just Google tarot cards. Find out where you can buy a set, and you can buy some really cheap ones too. Again, if you wanted to buy a used set. I know that sounds really gross, but you can, like I mentioned earlier, you can cleanse cards. Although this is an old wives' tale, you don't have to be gifted for your first tarot deck by somebody. I never was, and I'm still. I mean, as long as you cleanse them, as long as you clean them. I'm not like clean them as in with water or anything. You're gonna damage them, of course. But if you cleanse them, like cleanse them by putting all the suits in a pile. Suits, as in the pentacles, swords, cups. Pentacle. Put them all in one same suit and cleanse them that way. Or uh, um, you can even bang on them too after you put them in all suits. Just like bang on them 3 times. I know that sounds dumb. You guys might say, "Oh my God, she is weird." I mean, that's an old wives' tale. That's shocking. You can cleanse them by sage too. Or again, uh if you have see, I don't know if you can do it with salt. I did honestly. I've never cleansed my cards like laying them down on salt. You can actually Google that. But you can like put them under a full moon. But I usually use sage, the smoke from sage. Again, I open up a window. I have like a little bowl so the ashes can fall in there, and have the sage burning, and just um counterclockwise go around the deck and just wish it all the negativity gone. Let it all go out the window. Well, as I see, nobody else is going to be coming on, so that's fine. Again, if you do wish to receive a quick free general reading, only on the streaming, and you don't do chat, you can email me via my business email, gentlehealertarot@gmail.com. But Kenza, if you are watching, if you wish to receive more information on how to deal with what the cards are telling you, please send me a business email at gentlehealertarot@gmail.com. And of course, I will have to charge you for that reading, but we can set up an appointment to do so, because that will be an in-depth reading. It will probably, take maybe within an hour or so, because I mean, we'll probably get really in-depth, and I'm going to give you some good suggestions. But other than that, I think I will put this to a close. And thank you for watching. If anybody else is watching, and please take care, stay safe.